Imagine this. You've been cooped up in the house for months due to the pandemic, and then a dear friend reaches out to visit you. You really want to, but you're also corona conscious and dreading having to navigate the awkward conversation of have you been following protocol.
With vaccinations coming out and more people going lax with regulations, someone who's concerned could be in a constant state of worry about the people they are interacting with.
This is augmented by the fact that it's not easy to ask people, especially those you're close to, if their whereabouts are in accordance with the guidelines. Do it wrong, this could easily put an incredible amount of strain in your relationship.
Having experienced fallouts firsthand from these awkward conversations, we thought it would be reassuring if we could measure how corona conscious a person has been. We built this app to encourage people to be more safe and to help with the transparency and communication for people who have concerns.
The name of the app is Conscious. The CO capital N stands for COVID 19. Now I'm going to be talking about how this app relates to the media theme in the hackathon. We interpreted media to also be inclusive of interactions and communications with your peers. Our app revolves around this social component as a way to harbor a safe and comfortable environment. The sharing features allows you to be transparent as needed and tell your friends what you've been up to, and the events features enable you to engage in meaningful and fun activities without being concerned about your safety.
We built this in a locally hosted environment with Flask APIs, HTML, CSS Bootstrap, and also used a Python geoencoder library to get the geolocations of our participants. We built a mobile representation of a future model with Figma.
The primary contribution of our application is the algorithm we came up with to determine corona consciousness. We've assumed that we can divide all possible geolocations on the globe into bounding boxes, each with a diagonal of 6 feet. The location of each user falls into one of these boxes on the basis of their longitude and their latitude. As per government guidelines of social distancing, chances of you contracting COVID depends majorly on the people in your bounding box and the 8 surrounding bounding boxes as shown in the figure. We use a wraparound mechanism in case of edge boxes to account for the curvature of the earth.
We measure the consciousness score, C score, to be influenced by the number of people you've come across, the sum average of their C scores, and the number of public places you've been to. We've taken care of the security component of this by sharing a unique ID and location with the server. We've also decentralized the remaining computation to the client side.
This is the home page. I'm just going to go ahead and log in. My credentials are already filled in, so I go to next. Yeah, this is my home page where I can see the activity of my friends, where they've logged into, and I can like their activity. Now I can go on to my profile where you can see my C score, which is pretty high, and all my activity. The third icon here is friends, and it's a list of my friends. I can use this to navigate to their profiles. I'm going to go to Agnes's profile. Over here I can see that she's gotten a single vaccine shot, and also that she's made her score private, and I can request for a score if I want to see it. I can also see her activity, and I can also remove her as a friend. The next icon is the events icon where I can create a new event and I can view my old events. This is a calendar to create the event. I can have an event title and add my friends to the event, and my other events are listed here. The average score determines or indicates the average score of all the people in the group event. And you can see here that Coffee Chat has a high average score, but Team Rocket Meet has a very low average score. And there's a warning saying that this has a very low average score, and it asks me to stay safe. This is just extra stuff. And here I have a check-in feature where I can just add a location and check in, and I can make it private or public. These are my notifications where I have my requests. There's events to join and friend requests, and I also have my notifications. So this is it for me. Thank you. Now Agnes will demo the web app.
Concept of our project. As you can see here, we have our home page, but today we'll be only demonstrating two of the functionalities of the application, specifically the sign-in app component and the score component, which is the crux of the application. I'm going to be now signing into my account. As you can see here, I do have a good rating to start off with. Rating of 4.9 and a score of 98.19. But let's give it some time. I will go around, maybe interact with some people, and we'll see how my score gets affected after that. Alright, so we have seen that there's a bit of a decrease in my score from 98 to 96. It's not a lot, but it goes to show that my environment has influenced my score a little bit, and how I could potentially be aware of the different risk factors I expose myself to. And that is the end of my demo.